Court is an improv comedy show. Some opinions and statements are exaggerated for entertainment purposes. The views expressed on Cancel Court are solely those of the individuals providing them and do not reflect the opinions of Defiant Digital or their respective affiliates or employees. Basically, we're gonna piss a lot of people off, but fuck it.
Cancel Court with Judge Tony Towns.
In this episode, the trial of Drake versus Kendrick Lamar.
Which Drake are we talking about? The Drake that wanna fuck every girl in the world, the Drake that's down with Rich Gang and Birdman, the Drake that's Young Money, or the Drake that's Jamaican?
And now, let's go to the courtroom.
In this quarter, representing Kendrick Lamar. This time he looks like a used car salesman.
Welcome back, Chris Powell, aka CP. And in this quarter,
representing Drake. Why do light-skinned niggas always have to dress like Suge? Please welcome Doughboy.
come to order. Cancel Court is now in session with Judge Tony Towns.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. As many of you know, the rap Mount Rushmore has been a forever revolving debate. Drake and Kendrick Lamar are two rappers that have been placed there alongside J. Cole and many others. But today, Drake and Kendrick have been unanimously crowned the two best rappers in this era. So we're here today to determine which artist is the #1 rapper of this generation. Is it Drake or is it Kendrick Lamar? We have one of our veteran lawyers, Mr. Chris Powell, aka CP, representing Kendrick Lamar. Mr. CP, it seems like since your start here on Cancel Court, you've become a Hollywood leading man, a superstar, some might say, on your big roles on Hulu and HBO, just to name a few. What do you say to that?
I say you're absolutely right. I feel like, you know, coming from where I come from, Detroit, the West Side, Brightmoor, it's not just about me, it's about other brothers and sisters who are motivated by my ability to turn the struggle into something beautiful, right? Using my creativity, right? And that's why I chose Kendrick today, because I feel like there's a similar story in that.
Okay, well, thank you, sir, for that powerful Martin Luther King speech.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And newcomer, lawyer, Anthony Belcher Jr., AKA Doughboy, representing Drake. Mr. Doughboy, welcome to our courtroom. Out of curiosity, you've referred to yourself as Fat Drake. How did you come about crowning yourself that name?
Well, it wasn't really a crowning. It came from a backhanded compliment from a young lady. She seen me, she was like, who do you look like? I was like, I don't know, who do I look like? She was like, oh shit, I got it. Nigga, you look like Drake if he completely let himself go. I said, oh. Like if he said, fuck the gym, you would be him. I said, oh, that's... So I just took it and ran with it, you know what I mean? I made a character, you know what I'm saying? Made some parody videos, you know, 20 million views later, here I am, you know?
Thank you.
So, yeah.
It makes sense. You do kind of favor Drake.
A little bit, just a little
More
bit.
like his mom, but you
yeah,
favor
you know.
Both sides will have 2 minutes for opening statements. Then you present factual evidence to the jury. We will end with 2 minutes of closing arguments. Once all evidence is presented, the jury appears without bias, will decide the fate of which rapper is the #1 rapper of this generation with a clear and decisive judgment. Are we clear?
Yes.
Clear. Thank you. We will begin with Kendrick Lamar's representation. Please proceed with your opening statements.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Your hairline is impeccable. Damn.
Thank you. My barber Sephora's at Will at Sephora's.
All right, damn near look fake. I'm gonna tell you, something that the defense for Drake, I guess, or the Drake side or whatever, Mr. Belcher. I feel bad. That young lady probably single-handedly ruined your fitness struggle because she gave you a little bit of solace in your bigness. You know, she made you feel cute and big. You know, and as a Drake fan, I mean, that's what Drake does for his fans, doesn't he? You know, make the big girls feel cute and big, don't it? You know. And that's cool. I think that as a Drake fan myself, I really do enjoy some Drake music. I think that I've seen some of the hangups and some of the reasons why Drake gets kind of picked on a little bit, right? In the hip hop industry. People like Pusha T coming in and really just pushing Drake around, pulling back the curtain on what Drake was doing with hiding children. You know, Drake is from Canada, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The six.
Yeah. And where are you from, Doughboy?
Sacramento.
If this was the United States, right? Mm-hmm. Where's Sacramento at? Over here?
California.
Northern California.
The capital.
Yeah, a sneeze away from Canada. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you perhaps say that somebody with a kind of an upbringing that's just a little bit, you weren't near Compton. You weren't near any of the black real epicenters of the West Coast or America. One would obviously say that maybe perhaps your taste in who a hip hop great would be could damn near be irrelevant because nobody is talking about fucking you in the Sacramento. It's not Sacramento though. I love Sacramento. Where's my camera? I love Sacramento. And there's some hood shit in Sacramento. But I'm from Detroit, okay? And we go to Sacramento to chill. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I really do get it, you know, because this reminds me of the Tupac and Biggie debate. What is more important, substance or a good time? As a black man in America, we enjoy and we deserve a good time. That's why Drake's music feels so good because it's like, man, yeah, you know what? I am swagged out. I do want to party. I do. But let me not forget what the nature of the thread is, right? Kendrick's made songs about pull up and drink and going over the struggle of what it means to be a real black man in America, teetering that line. I do want to have fun, but America's not a place for a man like me to have fun. People like me are getting shot just because they look like me. That's like the real struggle of what a black man in America is. But if you didn't know that, let's say you were from another country where like healthcare was free and they put gravy on fries and shit, you would think it was all gravy. And your starting point would not be to show the struggle as a beautiful transition. It would be to come in and get the girls. It would be to come in and be the coolest. It would be to come in and do the love song. And that's very, very cool. Those songs win awards. But when the real shit been happening, like it's been happening in this country, we not turning to Drake to figure out what the fuck we need to do next.
Thank you, Mr. CP.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And I just want to say, too, the robe is crispy today. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the tie is hitting like Malcolm X.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, Your Honor.
Mr. Doughboy, please begin with your opening statement.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You've heard his rhetoric in here say, now it's time for some hard-hitting facts, Your Honor. But before we even start, I would like to pass a motion.
Okay.
To see if we can disbar CP and throw this case out before we even started. Look how this man is dressed in your court of law, Your Honor. The man has jeans, a t-shirt, a fake anklet on his neck, posing as a chain. He doesn't know if he wants braids or dreadlocks. He has dreadlocks. It's a fucking corduroy hat. Get this piece of shit out of here.
You look like the manager at Captain J.
So I just think that he shouldn't even be here arguing. But he, like this representation, he's a lot like Kendrick fans. He's a lot like Kendrick. He just feels like he can do whatever the hell he wants. You know, he can crack a couple fat jokes. Let's argue the hard-hitting facts about Drake. Let me just break it down to you, sir. So, you look like a football man.
I am.
Who's your favorite running back?
You look like a football man.
Well, it is, my favorite running back will have to be Kenneth Walker III. He was a former Michigan State Spartan, so he plays for Seattle right now.
Man, broke all the records.
Broke all the records.
Ran over Michigan. All right.
Touchdown.
All those touchdowns. Okay.
Go green.
Well, in the NFL, when people think about running backs, they often say different things like LaDainian Tomlinson, Walter Payton, Adrian Peterson. But when you go to the hard-hitting facts, you'll see Emmitt Smith is the #1 running back. But a lot of times he gets a lot of flack. People say he benefited from a system, and they say they don't really want to give him his props, so he never really gets that GOAT status. Now I know a lot of you are looking at me right now like, what the fuck is this fat nigga up here talking about football for? And we supposed to be talking about Drake and Kendrick, right?
Exactly what I'm looking at.
Okay, I'm glad you asked. What do they do every play in football? When they say hike, what's the first thing that happens?
The fat niggas all class.
Right. Offensive line, defensive line, they hit, right? And then once the guy has the ball, you gotta hit him. The play is not over until somebody gets hit. Same thing in hip hop. You gotta deliver a goddamn hit, right? Right? That's what I need. I need hit records. I don't care about the emotional shit you put on your album, about your life and introspection. We only bought the album because what? You dropped the fucking hit record. So I'm here to come with hard-hitting facts. 3 things that you can't argue with. Sales, awards, and cultural impact. And I will make it clear as fucking day that Kendrick Lamar and Drake don't even belong in the same conversation. You know who we should be putting Kendrick Lamar against? People like Lauryn Hill, people like Andre 3000. You know why? Because they don't fucking rap enough. They don't do enough music. They rap when they want to rap. They show up, do some cute shit, and they leave. They go ride bikes and do seashells and shit like that. Not against Drake. Drake is here every day, every year, and I'm gonna show you consistency over emotions. We're gonna take emotion out of this, and I'm gonna show you, bar none, that Drake is better than Kendrick. I'm gonna set my big ass down. I'm sweating, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Woo! He looking like Drake with a cake. Can I say this?
Mr. CP.
Can I just say this? First of all, that was a compelling opening argument. The way you barely was able to connect making a hit, I get it. And it was a stretch, but elastic.
That hat is a stretch over those bullshit braids.
Yeah, you get that.
And why do you have a corduroy hat? When did they start making corduroy hats, Your Honor? Didn't know that was a thing.
Order in the court.
Okay.
Leave his hat alone.
Corduroy hat. They don't even make corduroy jeans anymore. They're making hats, corduroy hats.
He's gonna roast my fashion.
A corduroy hat? You Detroit niggas is different. Corduroy hat, nigga.
Your Honor.
You got a quarter bird that hat.
Order.
You sent us that hat to 25 to life.
He look like an usher at churches. So you're right to your seat, man. We got 2 pieces with a biscuit and a jalapeno pepper.
Did y'all get that out y'all system? Y'all niggas good?
Please excuse our ratchet-ass judge. Cancel Court will be right back. Do you think cancel culture has gone too far? Entertainers stepping down. Celebrities speaking out. Cancel culture needs order.
Don't get to benefit off of our culture when you break the fucking rules.
What are we fighting for here? Why are we keeping this nigga?
Welcome to Cancel Court.
There's so many people with black cards that I feel like should be getting revoked before we get down to Kanye.
A black card being revoked? This motherfucker's Christian card should be revoked.
When are we going to call Will out for anything? This nigga is making all these choices.
Jada, can you chill?
Stop painting this picture that Jordan was up against a segregated team from the South, like he was playing the Klan by himself. Who is this attached to Lil Wayne? Your Honor, I'm not gonna let a
right,
man
listen.
with feet of a bad bitch sit here and tell me about the baby.
Air this bitch out.
She pulling a strap, y'all.
Bitch on there.
Order in this court. Now all you niggas are about to get thrown out.
Oh, shit.